it going? It's been a while. I haven't posted for a long time on YouTube. I've had a lot of stuff going on. I run my own business. It's been crazy the last couple of years. I still have been doing some drag and drive events, but for the most part, it's hasn't had a lot of time in between. So this is the new revamped Blaze2Tires Racing. I have committed probably for the next year to post video and show what we have going on, which is a lot. I've got my own dyno now. Obviously it looks like I have my own, well, 1,000 square foot. It's not very big. I still have the Del Sol, which I still plan on doing Rocky Mountain Race Week this year, here actually in a couple weeks. And I have signed up for Death Week. I am not taking the Del Sol on Death Week, but I have actually purchased an S10, which you can see I have on the dyno. I purchased this. It has a LT1 swap from a 96 Corvette. It has some issues. It does have nitrous kit. I do not believe I'll be running nitrous this time just because I don't have a lot of time to get this going. Mostly just want to try to get this tuned enough to make a pretty much 2,000 mile trip. This is a Landon C dyno. I purchased this from a guy out of Orlando, BFAB. He was going to upgrade his dyno and I picked this up. I think I got a really good deal personally. We've had this car on the dyno. This is my brother's Festiva. This has got a B6T out of a Mercury Capri. This has been seen around. This has done some Rocky Mountain Race Week. This year, our first sick week, we actually melted a piston due to a bad injector. I had a spare motor because I had planned at one point doing one of these swaps sitting in my garage. Luckily, we were trying to shove it in there. Luckily, we didn't because we would probably just melted that motor also. But this made 326 to the tire, which is, I personally believe, way too much for a stock unopened motor. I believe this thing had like 171,000 miles on it. It's never been opened. But we did back it down. We put 305 to the tire. It seems like it's pretty good. I'll post some dyno videos right after this. You can see sort of what it did. It did pretty good. For a small 16G turbo, I think it did pretty good. So that will go in right now. All right, well, I'm going to pull this thing off the dyno. It needs good washing. It is dirty. It was sitting for a year before I bought it. It does run all right. Starting's a little slow. I think it's got some small cables on this thing. It has the battery location in the back. But yeah, this thing's gonna go on Death Week. I will be here soon, probably within the next week, putting the Del Sol on the dyno. Last time we had it out, it ran 11.55 at like 124, which I think is pretty good for a street car, especially going on Rocky Mountain Race Week, like I said, here in a couple weeks, 2.0. And then I'll be hauling back butt here to Florida hopefully getting this thing ready for Death Week, all kinds of different stuff. So I will be busy. I'll be busy. I won't be a busy man, unless obviously I'm still running the business. So, but anyways, I'm gonna set up a time lapse. I'm gonna pull this thing off of the dyno. I gotta wash it. I have a carpet for it. I have mirrors for it, valence for it. I have a bunch of different stuff, and I have a whole long list of stuff that I gotta double check, seeing how I just bought this. I have no clue what this thing's all about. It is leaking something. I don't know what it is. It's under here. I don't know if you guys can see it back there or not, but we will, we'll check it out. We'll get it. We got some time. Well, we don't have time, but we'll make time. All right. I will see you guys here in a little bit. That's a little cleaner. Got a couple of spots I need to touch up, but for the most part, it's just seeing where I'm starting with here. All right, well, I'll pick back up with you in a second. Maybe flush some of this stuff out. We have limited parking out here, and somebody's parked in my spot, so my truck's actually sitting in the middle there, and something I'll have to deal with. Maybe make some complaints. So, but I'll be back with you as soon as I clean up some of this mess. Maybe get a fan over here, blow some of this water out, and go from there. Well, I pulled it back in after taking a first spin. It didn't do too bad. It did a lot of spinning. Headlights ain't working, so I ripped those all apart. Had some sort of other box of stuff. I don't know. I'll just get regular bulbs for now. Put a new air filter on it. Pull the computer out, make sure everything looks good. I was going to replace these mirrors, which I have new ones, but I need to run to the store, get a little crank removal tool. So I'll probably go do that, grab some lunch. I need to get that, bulbs. I'm sure I'll make a list before I go. but I figure I'd just give you an update to where I'm at. I gotta go through this entire truck, nut and bolt it. It sounded like something was loose in the back. I don't know, I do have all that stuff in the back, so it is a little rough back there. I don't know if the shocks are locked up or they have something going on with the shocks, but it was really not bouncy, it was like almost like the back is a brick. So, I don't know. Doesn't seem too bad. Anyways, figured I'd just give you an update. That's what we're doing. Just going little by little, trying to get it ready for Death Week, and yeah, I'll see you when I get back. All right, I got the seats removed. I got the valance, the bottom there, installed. I got the mirrors. They are really cheap mirrors, I can tell you that. They are flimsy. They came with the truck, so I'll use them for now. One less thing to buy, but they are like, you could just tell these things are gonna break so easy. I removed the seats because I want to vacuum this out, finish the heat, wrap, maybe do some spray paint on some of this stuff. Put the carpet in, which is drying out right there. I power washed it, and we'll get back to it. Yeah, I'll probably spend another maybe hour here, then head home. I've got to start getting the Del Sol ready and pack the trailer and all that. So I just want to try to get as much done on this. So, because I only have like a week and a half between Rocky Mountain Race Week and Death Week with this truck. So I figured every minute counts. So, but yeah, I'll vacuum this out, do a little spray paint, put that in. Maybe I'll start the video when I'm putting the seats back in. So see you here in a second. All right. It's all vacuumed out. Obviously gotta look like a patch panel there. That side's gonna need one here soon, but I'll have to worry about that after the fact. There's no holes in it, it's just pretty rusty. So I'll scrub it a little bit, maybe put some paint on it and just lay down some heat wrap. I probably won't stick it to it, but I'll probably at least lay it down in there and get something for our feet. Make sure it doesn't get hot. Exhaust runs right by there. So anyways, all right, well, I'll get back to it, and I'll let you know what it looks like afterwards. All right, I think I got it enough to my liking. I mean, don't have to be perfect. I'm not have to put pans in this thing anyway, so enough for this vent, and I'm gonna put the carpet in next, and I will I'll show you that when I'm done with it. There's a different look at those tires. I don't know if these are going to fit under there. It looks like somebody has trimmed that, so I'm assuming they've been on here before, but the guy that I bought it from couldn't tell me much. He ended up getting in on a trade, and he was going to let his son drive it, and apparently he took a first spin and said his 19-year-old son cannot drive this. It's a little too fast for him. I don't think it's all that fast personally. The ass is extremely light on this thing, and it doesn't, I mean, you could give it about just a touch of throttle and this thing starts spinning the tires, so we'll see. But I'll show you the carpet when it's in. Well, it's not really carpet, it's that rubber mat stuff, which I actually prefer anyways. It's easy to clean, so I'll show it to you when we're done. All right, carpet is in. I don't know how much you can see, it's a little dark in there, but don't too bad. I pressure washed it, but I didn't actually rub it down. So there's a couple spots that I'll grab some Armor All or something and actually scrub it. Let's see if we can't get it a little bit cleaner, but it's not all that bad actually. Like I said, it's not going to be a show car. as long as I can keep my feet from burning on the long trips. Tentatively, we will be actually driving this truck all the way out to Arizona from Florida for Death Week. Figured if it can make that trip, it can make the rest of it. So that is the goal. I am trailing the Del Sol out to Rocky Mountain Race Week. I don't really want to take a chance for that, but this, I don't believe, I mean, from as far as I know, it's a stock 96 Corvette engine. I'm assuming same with the 4L60E that's in it. It does have a 7.5 rear end. I am doing C-clip eliminators on it and doing a mini spool just to try to keep it cheap for now. I don't want to spend a lot on this rear end because eventually I want to go to a 9-inch. And we will most likely end up taking the LT1 out and putting in a LS with some twin turbos, and probably going to be a turbo 400 with the gear vendors. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, but I do want to do a 9-inch. I do want a trans brake, and my goal for this truck is at least 600 horsepower. I got a good deal on this truck the way it sits, so I figured I'd have some fun with it in the meantime. And yeah, so I'm actually gonna close this down right now. I'm beat. I actually told my wife I'd be home a lot earlier than this. So I'm gonna I might throw the seats in before I leave, just so that if I need to move it, I can get in here and just do it. It won't take that long. But yeah, guys, this is gonna be a new year for me. I have a lot of plans within this next year. YouTube is gonna be one of them. My goal is to eventually start dynoing vehicles, stepping my game up. I do want to continue with the import stuff, but I am familiar with LS stuff. I have a 83 Olds Cutlass with a LS swap in it and Paxton supercharger. That will be on the channel here soon. The thing's been sitting for quite a few years. I did Hot Rod Power Tour in that car back in 2017, and it's pretty much sit since then. So I'm gonna bring that back. I do have a 2001 Corvette. That's pretty much just a street car, but I do plan doing some long tube headers. It needs some torque tube bearings and clutch. So I'll probably have that on the show here soon. But yeah, for now it's gonna be S10, Del Sol content, and yeah, we'll go from there. I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, that would help me out. Appreciate it, and you have a great day. Bye.